Good morning, everyone. It's 6 a.m. in the morning right now. Just a little after 6. Right here, I have a journal. So the first thing I'm doing is to think of your why. To know your reason and why you started in the first place. And what my day-to-day life is after Dpdr. And the reason I continue to do the routine that got me to be the person I am now is because that routine was aligned with the best version of me. I'm always about chasing the best version of me. And just self-development. I think the purpose of life is to pick whatever comes up. How are you responding right now? Yeah, bro, I'm gonna go just because I gotta upload that for tonight, man. Let's crush it. Yeah, see you, brother. I got like 9 calls back to back to back to back to back right now. See you, brother. Peace. Glass of shoe legit, you know how it is. If you do a crazy morning routine, you're not gonna go downstairs and eat like shit. Good morning, everyone. It's 6 a.m. in the morning right now. I'm just a little after 6. And recently, I'll show you. 6 a.m. in the morning. Recently, I've been going back to the roots of what got me to where I am right now. So, I know I've been finding myself, I want to say giving into comfort, but the biggest thing that I really preach is that Dpdr makes you your highest self, okay? It doesn't just get you recovered, but in the process of recovering, you're actively embodying the greatest version of you. And I was thinking, recently I've been waking up at 7:30, and I was like, not really like doing the morning routine to my fullest and stalling some of the things. And I was like, no, I got to go back to the roots because these are what got me to be aligned. If I'm not aligned, I'm risking being misaligned with my highest self, and I'm going to experience some anxiety at some point. So I make sure that I hold myself up to this standard. But in this video, I want to show you guys the morning routine that set me off so I never have to experience anxiety Dpdr again. It's the morning routine that sets your day off. The morning is what's going to carry into the rest of the day, and if your morning isn't up to a standard of excellence, how can you expect to hold yourself to that standard of excellence? So every single solitary day, I wake up early, I attack the day, and I'm going to show you exactly my morning routine. But the first thing I do is I make my bed, all right? I obviously finished making my bed. Before I go into what I'm doing, I want you guys to understand how important that the morning routine is, by the way. You need to do something instantly to get your mind off of Dpdr and put into something else. Put into yourself. Put into something greater. If you're waking up and you're instantly thinking about it, that's probably what's happening, right? You need to find a way to instantly transmute that negative energy into something positive and get you from a low frequency to a high frequency instantly, so then you can do something that requires your engagement and requires your focus and it requires your obsession, whether it's a hobby, your work, whatever it is. You don't want to take 6 hours to wake up. You want to go through that difficult morning and then instantly attack the day. But the first thing I do is I make my bed. Then I do 50 push-ups outside. Why do I do it outside? Well, I go outside because it's the last thing I want to do is go outside and do 50 push-ups. So I make my bed, which you have to make your bed. If you're not making your bed, you have bigger problems to worry about than just recovery. But oh my God, what the hell does this camera do? What the hell? Yeah, I make my bed and then 50 push-ups. But I'm just going to do 50 push-ups real quick. The next thing I'm going to do, you can do as many push-ups as you want to do, by the way. It's not everyone can do 50 push-ups, I understand that. You can do 5 push-ups. Go for 6 every day, the next day. You want to always be improving, but the push-ups aren't for your muscle growth. They're for your mental, and it's because you don't want to do it. That's all it is. But right now, I get 32 ounces of lemon and salt water. Just hydrates me, gets me ready for the day. I'm going to go inside, I'm going to down this, and then I'm going to jump into a cold shower. Now, let's see you inside. I do have to say that my hair is chopped from that last haircut, but what are you going to do about it? Well, something I do want to mention is if you're struggling to get out of bed, it's strictly because you don't want it bad enough at the end of the day. And if you're really struggling, put your phone on the other side of the room, put the alarm on the other side of the room, and then don't go back to bed. Like if you're waking up, turning off the alarm and going back to bed, you're getting into too much comfort. I mean, there's ways to work around that, but at the end of the day, like you shouldn't. That's all bad of not having a strong enough why. And that's you needing to write down your why and your reason for doing what you're doing. But now, so what I do in my journal right here something called the 5-4-5 method. You're creating 5 goals, 5 tasks, and a 4-step morning routine. Okay, so what this does is it gets you into flow state from the morning routine, and then you nail out the tasks, and no matter how you feel, you're continuing to drive the needle forward. So I'll give you some examples here. So 5-4-5 journal. So right here, I have a journal. So the first thing I'm doing is I'm making my bed, 50 push-ups, lemon salt water, cold shower, which I'm about to get in a cold shower in a second. From there, I'm going to be in a flow state to attack on my tasks, which is today my tasks are I have to check in with all my clients. That's top priority. Then I have to go to the gym, which I'm trying to really, really lock in my nutrition. I'm not trying. I'm locking in my nutrition. I'm getting in the best shape of my life. I realize how important that is. I've been doing that. But when it comes to my eating, I haven't been shredded. Like, the physique can always improve. Just because, how you look really does impact, success and business and all these endeavors in general. So over the next month, growing out the hair, shredding the physique, gonna look better. That's a big goal of mine. I have a bunch of, and then some goals would be post 3 reels a day for my story. Then I gotta create this one Miro board YouTube video I'm gonna drop for people in my program. But basically, those are the tasks I have to do. Then obviously pray, connect with God. That's gonna drive my needle towards my goal with getting closer to God. But these are all based off of my goals. And what this does is no matter how I feel, no matter what happens, no matter what goes on, I am driving the needle closer to my goals, and that's all that matters. So you want to have something trackable to where what I do with all my clients is I create them an action plan that's going to get them recovered guaranteed, which is pretty much non-negotiables based off of their routine, their habits, everything that are in line with who they are and their goals and their symptoms and everything. And if they can stick to it, regardless of how they feel, they're guaranteed to recover. What this does is no matter what, I know I'm guaranteed to make progress. So these habits that I've created to get my life back, I now use to excel. But what I do from here is I make sure, check off the morning routine. Made bed, 50 push-ups, lemon salt water. Now I got to get in the cold shower, which is the worst part of the morning. It sucks ass. It's the worst. Okay, but I get in that cold shower, regardless of how I feel. And then from there, I'm ready to go. The thing about the cold shower is it's not about like the health benefits from, it's cold water, your skin, all that bullshit. No. The cold shower goes against what your brain's rationally telling you to do. Your brain's going to tell you, prefrontal cortex, your rational brain is going to be like, don't do this. This is dumb. It's 6 a.m. Like, why am I doing this? What that does for you when you do it regardless, it proves that you are the one in control and that your identity leads and your feelings follow. You're not the one living as the effect. You are the cause to every single circumstance. That's why we do the cold shower, and that builds. You do that 30 days in a row, that's momentum. So that will carry it. And then lastly, I'm going to journal a quick page. The reason journaling is good is because you can look back in 30 days, 2 months, whatever it is, and see how much progress you've made. It's very, very good to look back and reflect and be like, okay, wow, I've actually come a lot farther than I think. Especially if you guys are trying to recover right now and you're in Dpdr, you can look back and be like, wow, even though it feels like I haven't done anything, look where I started. Look where I started, and you can see. That's why I do a lot of my clients. They'll do daily pictures, whatever it is, so they can look back and see their progress. But from here, I'm going to journal and then hop in the cold shower. I'll talk to you guys after that. All right, everyone, now I'm going to go hit the gym. It's freezing cold outside. Holy shit. Hit the gym after I have like a ton of back-to-back calls all day, so I like to get my workout in before. And yeah, right now I'm prioritizing getting absolutely shredded. Because yes, it does relate to helping people and business purposes. How am I going to help as many people as possible if I look like shit? No one's going to want to buy, invest in their own recovery from someone that they can't even trust because they can't treat themselves. So I look good now, I look fine now, but I'm getting absolutely insanely shredded. Let me see how many calls we got today. That's the calls today. Tomorrow, look how many calls I got tomorrow. We're booked, we're busy. But I do need to make more vlog style videos. I do need to document more, just like what my day-to-day life is after Dpdr. I'm being honest right now, not too much goes on. at this point in my life. Not too much goes on. Specifically because right now I'm in like a really big growth stage of my life. You know, I'm making a lot of changes. I'm gonna move out within the next year, move to Miami, all of that. I talk about that a lot on there. But, you know, I have my big goals and they're coming soon. I'm locked in now. I'm too locked in helping other people. I gotta earn my stripes before I can go just celebrate life every day. You know, I gotta earn my stripes. So I'm locked in. I know it's gonna pay off. I know what I'm doing is gonna be worth it. So at the end of the day, it's important. But the morning routine, like, it gets you in a peak state before anyone else is up. You wanna be literally in a peak flow state before anyone else is up. And the flow state's important. And you can't, a lot of people think they can just wake up and put their pen to the paper and get their mind off of Dpdr. If you're still struggling with it, get a way to literally instantly get your mind to be onto something else and moved on. And that's how you get into a high frequency, regardless. You got to go through some sort of discomfort at some point. It's either you make the discomfort later in the day when you regret waking up. That could be uncomfortable. You having to wake up knowing that you slacked and you didn't, you know, you have to, your work's not going to be as good, or you're going to have Dpdr or whatever it is. Or you go through discomfort now and then reap the fruits after you're awake and after you hit the gym, after you get ready. So here's my morning routine. You guys can wake up earlier, maybe a little bit later. Everyone has their own time. I think 6 o'clock is perfect for me. It's still in that very uncomfortable zone, but it's not like too crazy. I mean, I used to wake up at like 4 or 5 a.m. It's not too crazy to where I literally have to go to bed like insanely early every night. I don't think I haven't been getting good sleep either, but I wake up regardless. But in general, I can get better sleep if I wake up at 6 a.m. Just because of my workload, all of that. But with that being said, like, we're all chasing our highest self here. That's the biggest thing, is I'm going to die chasing my highest self. And a lot of times I feel like, my self-talk does get in my head about things because I want to make sure that I get OCD and hyper obsessed about being the best me. So I do have to kind of re-get on track and make sure I'm super locked in again. But yeah, everything my clients do, I do to the fullest. Even though I'm fully recovered, I'm a big preacher, as in, don't lose the habits that got you out of, you know, the mental state that you were in. Continue the habits so you can excel even farther past baseline. It's like you work so hard to recover, all the traits and skills you learn to actually get out of it, you can then just keep doing. And then you go way above a normal person. Your personal development exceeds all of everyone else. So that's really the secret. It's maintaining long-term success. And that's what I do with all my clients, is we focus on creating this new lifestyle, making it our identity, recovering, and then continue doing that to exceed in whatever long-term goals we set. So with that being said, let's get right to the gym. Let's absolutely crush this workout. Again, I've been in a low frequency this morning. Most mornings when you wake up, you feel like shit, right? Your body wants to go back to bed. But when you can just dive into something, you instantly transmute that negative, you know, energy into something positive at the end of the day. But let's crush this leg day. By the way, for breakfast, I usually want to go like no carbs in the morning just so I can focus better. But when I work out, I need carbs. So I did like a clementine, some honey wheat bagel, and 2 eggs. That was my little breakfast, and then I'm about to crush it. Absolutely crushed the morning. And I went to the gym, I just did cardio, I crushed legs, and I've realized that my success in life and all the things I've done just mentally, you know, recover from derealization, gaining that mental control, that mental freedom, the ability to help other people, it's all came from my ability to go from a low frequency state to a high frequency state. That's all. And what I've learned is, like, the faster I can do that is the faster I'm going to level up. You know, because the last few days, months, I've realized I always wake up low frequency. I'm always telling myself, like, when you set an alarm at night and you wake up in the morning, those are two completely different people. But it's your ability to think of your why, to know your reason and why you started in the first place, and always remind yourself that, and then always choose the most uncomfortable option, because that uncomfortable option is what's going to get you that high frequency state. It's what's going to give you confidence. It's what's going to make you love yourself, be confident, love your life, and really get your life back. Discomfort, a lot of times people look at discomfort wrong. It's the cure and it's not the enemy. It's what you want for your life. But I'm high frequency now. Now I feel great. I woke up, I felt like shit. I don't know if you guys could tell. Felt like absolute shit. The last thing I wanted to do was record this video, but I wanted to show you guys like the reality of it. You know, I woke up, I was just pissed. I didn't want to, I didn't want to do what I wanted to do, but I did this. I did the routine that's gotten me here, and now I can help others do the same thing. So to be abundant, you have to be abundant yourself, and trying to overcome any fear is impossible. You're never going to overcome it, but going against it every time you have the opportunity to is what's going to get you to where you want to be. So with that being said, it is 10:09, and I'm about to go. You chug this water, take some Shilajit, which is a supplement I like to do. I like to take. It helps me focus, all of that. And then I'm going to get on like 6 back-to-back client calls. But we're going to rip it. You know, this is what I love to do. I love helping other people, and I love what I do. But, you know, you don't always want to do it, but you have to do it because you know that the best version of you would. But if you guys don't know what to do with your life, look at yourself and realize, like, what would the highest version of me do? And you really analyze, like, how you can close your eyes and just imagine, like, all the traits of this best you, the best version of yourself, and really, really look at it. Really, really analyze, like, the highest version of yourself. What does this person do? How does this person act? How does this person speak, talk? What time does this person wake up? If you can have every single asset of your life aligned with that person, derealization can't exist. And the reason I continue to do the routine that got me to be the person I am now is because that routine was aligned with the best version of me. That routine I just showed you guys, my morning routine, is aligned with my highest self every single day. Wake up, make bed, 50 push-ups, cold shower, ready to go, go to the gym, cardio, and then work all day. And then at night, you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. If you want to go to dinner, if you want to go out, boom, that's great. I don't see, having fun is also a part of your highest self at the end of the day. You don't have to be a complete robot. If the best version of you has fun, make sure you earn it. Never play video games without a reason, without earning that shit at the end of the day. But yeah, let's get to it. I finished having the first meal of the day, and then I took my first call of the day. I have another call, in 10 minutes, and then I'm going to get to another call, and then another call, and then another call. And then probably eat in between some of those calls. And then at night, I'm going for a walk every single night. I decided I'm going to start doing this. Go for like a walk every single night and just visualize almost. Just talk to God, get closer to God, and be grateful. I was seeing a lot of things online. It was like, get your dream life, and every single night, just feel the emotions of living your dream life. Feel the emotions of being where you want to be in life, and be thankful for them. You should get goosebumps by how real it feels. So that's what I'm going to start doing. I've been doing the last few nights, but every single day I'm just going to go for a walk at night. Listen to some music and imagine, the best life for me. So I can continue to prioritize why I started here in the first place, which is to help other people ultimately, but it was also for the self-development of myself. I'm always about chasing the best version of me, and just the self-development. I think the purpose of life is to become the best version of yourself, and it is to help other people, but you can't help other people if you aren't the best version of yourself. If you want to be like the best father, best mother, whatever it is, you can't be the best version of you. I mean, you can't help other people until you're the best version of you. That's why I always prioritize my self-development. But yeah, call in 9 minutes. I got a lot of work to do. Like, there's always something to work on. But right now, just responding to some messages. I'm building out some forms, the day-to-day. But I love doing what I do at the end of the day. I love the grind. We're getting to it. So see you guys after this call. More sad videos. So I want you to start engaging with only the things you want. And that's what you've been doing. But, what do you feel like? So let's say a thought comes up, whatever comes up. How are you responding right now?
Most of my thoughts are
That's for tonight, man. Let's crush it.
Alright, brother. I'll see you.
See you, brother. Peace. Yeah, bro, I'm going to go just because I got to upload that YouTube video and then take 9 calls. But, bro, it was good talking to you, bro. Keep killing it.
Yeah, bro. See you later, bro.
Yeah, see you, brother. Peace. Good day.
Peace.
That was the last call of the day, or that was just a call with my friend. This is the next day, by the way. I'm not going to lie, I forgot to film last night. I forgot to film last night. I had a very long day. There's no excuse for it, but you know, it was a rough day with the whole Charlie Kirk situation, man. Like, that is the most terrible situation I've ever seen in my life. So I was kind of, you know, down in the dumps from that. And then, you know, I just finished off the night. Woke up, I got like 5 hours of sleep. And today, look at how many calls I got. Boom. I got like 9 calls back to back to back to back to back right now. Back to back. So we got all these today. I just got off a call with my boy Hunter. We're just entrepreneurship friends. Drinking a glass of Shilajit. You know how it is. I think someone's at my door to fix my garage. But with that being said, guys, you know, the morning routine is the most vital aspect of, or not the most vital aspect, but a really important aspect when it comes to getting your life back, because it sets the tone for the day. You know, it takes you from the losing identity to an absolute winner, to a beast, to someone who attacks the day. It sets the tone, it gets your mind off of it, and then you can carry that through. If you do a crazy morning routine, you're not going to go downstairs and eat like shit. Unless you're I don't even know. But that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. See ya. Peace. And I wanted to mention, you might be like, yeah, this morning routine works for recovering. It works for getting your life back from Dpdr. But does it work after? Yes, and that's what I always preach. It's like, you don't just recover from Dpdr. You genuinely become your highest self in the process. But you can lose it all if you don't continue after recovery. So I continue to preach being your highest self and just continuing to be that person after recovery. That's what I do.